Have you ever felt like you've gone too far? Maybe you've made mistakes you can't undo. Maybe you've hurt the people you love. Or maybe you've wondered if God could ever forgive someone like you. If you've ever asked yourself those questions, then Jesus told a story just for you. It's one of the most famous stories in the entire Bible, yet its message is just as powerful today as it was over 2000 years ago. It's the story of the Prodigal Son. And it reveals something incredible about the heart of God. Jesus began by saying there was a man who had two sons. One day, the younger son came to his father and said something almost unbelievable. "Father, give me my share of the inheritance." In Jesus' time, this was more than just asking for money. It was deeply disrespectful. It was like saying, "I wish you were already dead." Imagine how heartbreaking those words must have been for the father. Yet instead of arguing, instead of becoming angry, the father gave his son what he asked for. A few days later, the young man packed everything he owned and left home for a distant country. For the first time in his life, he had complete freedom. No rules, no responsibilities. No one telling him what to do. At first, life seemed perfect. He spent his money freely. He threw extravagant parties. He made new friends. Everyone wanted to be around him. As long as the money kept flowing, he felt unstoppable. But money has a way of disappearing faster than we expect. Little by little, his wealth vanished. Then something even worse happened. A severe famine swept across the land. Food became scarce. Jobs disappeared. The friends who once surrounded him suddenly vanished. When the money was gone, so were they. Now he was completely alone. Desperate to survive, he found work feeding pigs. To Jesus' audience, this was shocking. Pigs were considered unclean animals. This young man had reached the lowest point imaginable. He became so hungry that even the food he was feeding the pigs looked good enough to eat. Imagine falling so far that pig food begins to look like a feast. Then something changed. For the first time in a long time, he stopped blaming everyone else. He stopped making excuses. He looked honestly at his own life. He remembered his father's house. Even the servants there had more than enough food. He said to himself, "How many of my father's hired servants have food to spare, and here I am starving to death? I will go back to my father and say, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants.'" Notice something important. He wasn't expecting a celebration. He wasn't expecting forgiveness. He simply hoped for mercy. So he began the long journey home. Every step must have felt heavier than the last. He probably wondered what his father would say. Would he slam the door? Would he reject him? Would he remind him of every terrible decision he had made? But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him. That small detail tells us something beautiful. The father must have been watching the road, day after day, hoping, waiting, praying. The moment he recognized his son, he didn't stand there with crossed arms. He didn't wait for an apology. The Bible says the father was filled with compassion. He ran to his son. He threw his arms around him. And he kissed him. In that culture, respected older men didn't run. Yet this father ran because his love was greater than his pride. The son began his prepared speech. Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But before he could even finish, the father interrupted him. Quick! Bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger. Put sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and prepare a feast. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost, and now he is found. Think about that for a moment. The father didn't welcome him back as a servant. He welcomed him back as a son. His past mistakes did not erase his identity. Then the celebration began. Music filled the house. People laughed. A feast was prepared. But not everyone was happy. The older brother had been working in the fields. When he returned and heard the celebration, he asked what was happening. Someone told him, "Your brother has come home, and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound." Instead of celebrating, the older brother became angry. He refused to go inside. His father came out and pleaded with him. But the older brother said, "All these years I've worked for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me a celebration like this." He couldn't understand why someone who had failed so badly was being welcomed home. The father answered with kindness, "My son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate, because your brother was dead and is alive again. He was lost, and now he is found." This wasn't just a story about two brothers. Jesus was revealing the heart of God. The father represents God's incredible love. The younger son represents every person who has wandered away. The older brother reminds us not to let pride or resentment keep us from celebrating God's grace. The greatest message of this story is simple. No matter how far you've fallen, you are never too far from God's love. Your failures do not have the final word. Your mistakes do not define your future. God isn't standing at the end of the road waiting to condemn you. He's waiting to welcome you home. That doesn't mean our choices don't matter. The younger son faced the consequences of his actions. He lost everything. But when he turned back, he found something greater than everything he had lost. He found grace. Maybe today you feel like the younger son. You've made decisions you regret. You wonder if God could still love you. The answer Jesus gives is yes. Or maybe you are like the older brother, faithful on the outside, but struggling with bitterness on the inside. Jesus invites both kinds of people into the Father's love. Because the story of the prodigal son is really the story of every one of us. We all need mercy. We all need forgiveness. And we all need a Father whose love never gives up. No matter where you are today, remember this. God's grace is greater than your greatest failure. His mercy is stronger than your deepest shame. And His love is waiting for you with open arms. Because no one, absolutely no one, is beyond the reach of God's love.